Have you ever wondered why some people seem to have it all together, ticking off their to-do list like clockwork while others struggle to keep up? If this question has ever crossed your mind, then you're in for a treat. Today we will be exploring the wisdom packed in the pages of the renowned book, Getting Things Done by productivity guru David Allen. This isn't just any book, it's a roadmap to managing your work and life more effectively. It's about transforming chaos into order, confusion into clarity, and stress into satisfaction. It's about the art of being productive without being overwhelmed. And who doesn't want that, right? Whether you're a student, a homemaker, a CEO, or a creative artist, this book holds the keys to unlock your potential and elevate your productivity. So, are you ready to dive into the world of effective productivity? The first chapter in Allen's book talks about the art of collecting. Now, what is this art? It's about capturing all the things that are taking up space in your mind. It could be as simple as buying milk or as complex as planning a business strategy. Everything that demands your attention needs to be collected in one place. Allen emphasizes the significance of a collection tool. A device, an app, a notebook, anything that helps you gather and store your thoughts, tasks, and ideas. This tool becomes your external brain, freeing up your mind to think, create, and innovate. Here's where the concept of mind like water comes into play. Imagine a calm, undisturbed surface of water. It's ready to react appropriately to whatever it encounters, just like your mind should be. By mastering the art of collecting, you allow your mind to maintain that calm, poised readiness. Remember, a calm mind is a productive mind. Next up, we explore the stages of processing and organizing. Now imagine you've collected all your stuff, those nagging tasks, ideas, and commitments that were once cluttering your mind. What's next? Processing and organizing, that's what. Processing is not about completing the tasks right away, it's about deciding what they mean. It's like sorting through your mail. You decide what's junk, what needs immediate attention, and what you can defer to a later time. Each item you've collected needs to pass through a decision-making sieve. Is it actionable? If it's not, discard it, incubate it for potential future action, or file it as reference material. If it is actionable, determine the next action. The next action is the absolute next physical thing to do to move the task forward. Now let's talk about the 2-minute rule. If the next action can be done in 2 minutes or less, do it right away. It would take longer to track and review it than to simply get it done. This rule is a gem. It helps you swiftly deal with small tasks, freeing you up to focus on the bigger ones. On the other hand, if the action requires more than 2 minutes, then you have a decision to make. If you're not the right person to do the task, delegate it. If you are, defer it. This brings us to the organizing stage. Here you put things where they belong. Create a next actions list for actions that need to be done as soon as possible. For actions that need to be done on a specific day or time, use a calendar. Actions that need to be done someday but not now go on a someday maybe list. Projects, which are defined as outcomes that require more than one action step, should be reviewed weekly. The beauty of this system lies in its flexibility. You can modify it to suit your personal or professional life, and it can handle as much or as little as you want to throw at it. So, think about it. Wouldn't it be great to have everything in its place? Moving forward, let's understand the phases of reviewing and doing. These 2 steps in David Allen's Getting Things Done methodology are critical in maintaining productivity and achieving our goals. First, let's talk about reviewing. This phase is where we regularly revisit our tasks, projects, and goals. It's like a weekly checkup for our productivity health. We look at what's been accomplished, what's pending, and what needs to be adjusted. This is not just about ticking off completed tasks. It's about understanding what works and what doesn't, and making necessary adjustments to our strategies. Reviewing is also about staying connected with our goals. By regularly reviewing our tasks, we ensure that they align with our larger objectives. It's easy to get lost in the daily grind and lose sight of the big picture. Regular reviews help us avoid that pitfall. Now, let's move on to doing. This is where we select tasks based on 3 parameters: context, time, and energy. Context refers to the resources and environment available to us. For example, if you're at home, you can't do tasks that require you to be at the office. Time refers to the duration we have available for a task. If you only have 15 minutes, don't pick a task that requires an hour. Energy refers to our mental and physical state. If you're mentally drained, it might not be the best time to tackle a complex task. Lastly, priority determines which tasks we should do first. It's easy to get caught up in urgent tasks that may not be important, but by considering priority, we ensure that we're not just busy but productive. The doing phase is about being smart about our actions. It's about choosing the right tasks at the right time. It's about making the most of our resources and energy. By reviewing and doing, we ensure we are on the right track. We ensure that our actions align with our goals. We ensure that we are not just going through the motions, but moving towards our objectives. It's about making productivity a conscious, deliberate process. And that's the power of getting things done. Now, on to the chapter Getting Projects Under Control. David Allen's approach to project management is simple yet powerful. He presents a project planning model that encourages us to focus on successful outcomes. This model is not about complex Gantt charts or exhaustive task lists. It's about clarity, direction, and purpose. Allen's project planning model is a 5-step process. First, we define the purpose and principles. This gives us a clear understanding of why we're doing what we're doing and what rules and boundaries we need to respect. Second, we envision the outcome. We imagine the successful completion of our project, what it looks like, what it feels like. This vision gives us a target to aim for. The third step is brainstorming. This is where we generate ideas, explore possibilities, and identify potential challenges. We don't judge or filter during this stage, we simply let the ideas flow. The fourth step is organizing. We take our brainstormed ideas, group them into categories, sequence them, and identify the next actions. Finally, the fifth step is identifying next actions. This is where we determine the immediate steps we can take to move the project forward. The beauty of Allen's model is its flexibility. It can be applied to any project, big or small, business or personal. It encourages us to focus on successful outcomes rather than getting bogged down in the details. Allen emphasizes the importance of keeping our projects under control. If we let our projects control us, we become reactive, stressed, and overwhelmed. But if we control our projects, we become proactive, calm, and confident. This is why focusing on successful outcomes is so crucial. It keeps us motivated, it keeps us moving forward, and it keeps us in control. So if you're feeling overwhelmed by your projects, remember Allen's project planning model. Define your purpose, envision your outcome, brainstorm your ideas, organize your thoughts, and identify your next actions. With projects under control, you can confidently say, "I got this." Finally, Allen wraps up with the power of the key principles. These principles are not just guidelines, but they serve as the foundation of a system that can transform your productivity. They are the bedrock upon which you can build a more organized and efficient life. First up, we have the next action principle. This principle is all about breaking down tasks into actionable steps. Instead of looking at a project and feeling overwhelmed, you focus on the very next thing you need to do to move it forward. This approach allows you to tackle tasks with a clear mind, reducing stress and boosting productivity. It's about turning mountains into manageable molehills, one step at a time. Next, we have outcome thinking. This principle encourages us to think about the end result we want to achieve. It's about having a clear vision of success and working towards it. This way, we're not just doing tasks for the sake of doing them, we're doing them with a purpose, with an end goal in mind. And this clarity of purpose can dramatically improve our efficiency. Then there's the concept of contextual work. It's about understanding that not all tasks are created equal and not all tasks can be done at any time. Some tasks require a specific context, a certain location, a certain time, a certain mindset. Recognizing this can help us schedule our tasks more effectively and ensure we're always working on the right thing at the right time. But the power of these principles isn't just in understanding them, it's in applying them. It's in turning them into habits, into a part of our everyday lives. It's about making these principles second nature so that they guide our actions even when we're not consciously thinking about them. Embrace these principles and you're on your way to becoming a productivity master. So what can we take away from David Allen's Getting Things Done? At its core, Allen's methodology is a systematic approach to productivity. It's about collecting all tasks, ideas, and responsibilities that require your attention. It's about processing and organizing these items, determining actions for each, and storing them in a trusted system. Reviewing and doing are the next steps, where you regularly review your system to decide on the next action and then get it done. For bigger tasks, Allen recommends breaking them down into manageable projects. This allows you to keep your focus on the immediate action, reducing stress and increasing efficiency. But underlying all of these is a set of key principles: clarity, control, and perspective. These principles guide the implementation of the system, ensuring that it's not just about getting more things done, but getting the right things done. Remember, productivity isn't about doing more things, it's about doing the right things.